Hi, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kyle. I'm a part-time artist here on YouTube, and I make videos filming my art journey, setting up my own shop, and now apparently doing Artist Alley, which is crazy. This video is documenting my first time ever doing an Artist Alley, and just kind of the process of that, getting set up, making materials for it. And yeah, just kind of showing you everything I went through during this time. I think it's a little abnormal of an experience because I only had like literally, I think 15 days to prepare for it. And half of that time I was not even in my house because it's the holidays. So I was at my parents' house out of state. So it was a very hectic few weeks in preparation. But it was really fun. I won't spoil how it went, because I already did it, so it's like this is me after the fact recording this. But I had a really good time. I will say that, but I won't say like how the con went itself. The con was Animate Raleigh, which was put on by GalaxyCon. It's a newer con. I think it's only in its second year actually. I thought it was in its third or fourth when I signed up, but artists there told me it was only in its second year. So yeah, it's a newer con. It's a little smaller. It was local to my area, which is why I signed up for it. So I didn't have to like get in a hotel or Airbnb or anything, just to cut down on costs. And I figured, you know, like why not just try? So yeah, the video is gonna kind of go over my preparation for all that, finding out I got into the con and everything I have to do, then the preparation, doing all that prep work. And then I have some clips of obviously the con itself, just me there, my thoughts there. And then I'm gonna go over how the con went, both in terms of like, you know, finances and also just like, you know, how I felt being there. And then I will show you guys some of the art that I got at the con from some really cool artists. And I'll go over like all my expenses, how much I spent on inventory, how much inventory I made, and because I made all my inventory myself. And then also, you know, how many sales I made, that type of thing. Just kind of trying to share, you know, my first con and like what I expected, what happened, and hopefully help you maybe prepare for your first con if you're trying, or you know, if you're still new to the scene, just helping with that. Again, I think this was a kind of abnormal experience because again, like it was a newer con, it's a smaller con, and I'll get into all that later, kind of the differences between, I think, this specific con and like more typical ones. But yeah, all right, let's just, before I like, because I just keep wanting to talk about how it went. So before I do all of that, let's just get into the video, and then I'll see you guys here at the end to give a more detailed wrap up of like how it all went and more specifics. Yeah, all right, so let's get into the video and hopefully you enjoy it. Oh my gosh, so I just got off the phone with somebody. I don't remember her name because I'm just like so flustered, and I was like just so flustered when it was all happening. Um, but like someone at Animate Raleigh, which is one of the conventions I applied to for this year, just because it's like a smaller and newer con. I think it's in its third or fourth year. So I thought like it's local-ish and it's newer, so maybe I'll have an okay chance of getting in. And so they offered me a spot, which is again like I'm just like kind of shocked right now, and like also really overwhelmed and nervous, and kind of I'm excited too. But so the kind of little problem is it's in like 15 days, I think. So today is like the Thursday of the week before Christmas. I like don't remember the date because again I'm like I have so much to do, I feel like, before this, because next week it's Christmas and we're traveling like all week, and then the week after is like New Year's week, and I guess I'm just gonna have to like make all my inventory that week basically, unless I take my cutting machine and printer and stuff with me, which I might have to do, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. Because so the con is in like less or a little over 2 weeks, and I want to like finish a couple prints for the con that are more like anime-esque, and then I have to print everything, print all my sticker sheets, print all my like stickers, and then print all the prints because I'm doing everything. I'm printing everything myself basically because I just like I don't want to get a printer because I don't like I don't have time to find one because it's like the holidays and the New Year's. So I don't think any printer's even gonna be like local printer will be open, because I'd rather use like a local printer, and I want to have time to like I guess like kind of look around at different places and feel comfortable. And I just don't think right now the time like makes sense to do that with like the holidays coming up and stuff. So, and me leaving. So I'm gonna just print everything myself, which I think will be fine. That's what I've been doing so far. But it means I have like to do all of that in the next like 2 weeks, which is so crazy. So yeah, I have so much to do. I'm like kind of freaking out, but also like I'm trying to prioritize like what needs to be done. I just can't believe that this is happening because I feel like this is always something I really wanted to do for the past like year or so. And I just like didn't imagine actually being able to do it. And I actually don't have anything to like set up a booth. I'm now like remembering. So I have to get all that together too. But priority is like getting stuff done, and then ordering the stuff to make my booth. And then yeah, I it's nice because again, I don't have to like arrange like any sort of like lodging or traveling stuff. So that's good. I don't have to fly anywhere. So yeah, I think that I just have a lot to do, but I don't think it's like really difficult to do. It's just like a lot. So I'm really excited, but I'm also just like, there's a lot to do. Okay, so I will see you over the next couple weeks, and then yeah, let's, I can't believe we're doing this. So yeah, I'm gonna do it, and hopefully it works out. I don't know. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye. Okay, so it's Thursday today, and tomorrow is the actual convention, but today is like the setup day, and I have yet to build my stand one time, so that's not great, because I didn't have all the pieces come in until recently, and I've been working on trying to make products and like physically make them with stickers and sticker sheets, and actually try to make a couple new things. I'm also sick still, not like as bad, but just like have residual cough at night and stuff. So I haven't been sleeping super well, so it's just like a whole mix of like all these things that have been going wrong, but it's fine. So I have to make the stand today. I also have a meeting for my actual job today for some reason. And then I thought like we were off all week, but I guess not. And then I have to order business cards because I still haven't done that. Which if I don't do, it's totally fine at this point. And then finish making a bunch of stickers, finish printing some prints, but I'm doing that mostly overnight. And then I have to go and actually set up at the convention today. So it's just gonna be a lot I have to do. So it's gonna be a really busy day, and I'm like semi-stressed, but also just like whatever, because it's again like my first convention, and it's like a smaller convention. So I don't know. I think it'll be fine. But I did find out one of my like artists that I like support on Patreon and follow, he will be going there, so that's kind of cool. So I'll get to meet him and talk to him and stuff. So I'm excited about that. And I'm just excited to see like what's like the atmosphere and like the vibe and just like do this in general. I have people helping me all 3 days, like for parts of the days at least. So that's good that I won't be like alone. At least like not the entire time. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited, but I just have so much to do. So I'm gonna stop talking, and yeah, I'm gonna like film setting up my booth at the convention center, but also the practice here. And I like I don't know, I'm gonna have to practice obviously because I don't like know how it's gonna go there, and I want to be prepared. But if it doesn't go well, I like can't really do anything about it at this point. So I really should have done this sooner. But in my defense, I only had like 14 or 15 days to do all this, and half of those I wasn't even in my house. So yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks. But yeah, so I will check back in later, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I guess that's the display for now. I'm gonna put like, and there's Nova. Hi. So I'm gonna put like, I don't know why he's just sitting there. I'm gonna put prints in the top 4 corners. So like in those 4 spaces, on the top left and right, and then in the middle too, I'm gonna put like a logo, I think, but I haven't printed all that stuff off yet. But I think for now, this is like what it's gonna look like. I think it looks pretty good. All right, so I think the next thing, I'll probably see you at the convention when I'm actually setting it for real. Now I have to take all this down, so that's not gonna be fun. I'm on my way to the convention center now. I'm outside. I parked like kind of far away because I know the area pretty well, but I like didn't want to have to park in a parking deck, and I wasn't sure if there's gonna be street parking closer, but whatever, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm headed there now. I'm almost there, and then I'll vlog hopefully the setup. I'm really nervous. All right, bye. This is like the worst thing to put together. Also, there's like no one here. It's like basically just me, and there's like one other person that brought their stuff in, but I don't know where they went. Okay, so I just went to go pick up my business cards that I ordered today. Like I did same day stuff at Staples just because I like needed to get them for the con tomorrow. It took like literally, I'm not kidding, 40 minutes just to pick them up because the lady like who was doing the print center, she left. And then when she came, and I went to Trader Joe's and literally went shopping in the meantime. And then she came back, and this lady who was like ordering prints, like who wanted to get them printed out right then, it just took a long time. And anyway, they look really cute though. I think they look really good. You can't really see them in this light. I'll take a picture when I get home and like put it, like insert it here, but I think they look really cute. So anyway, I have so much to do. I have to print like literally all my stickers when I get home because I was waiting on the paper to arrive. And then I have to print like a bunch of mini prints and a bunch of actual prints, and the con is tomorrow. So that's not good, but it's only from 2 to 6 or no, 2 to 8 tomorrow. But I like I'm in this like, I'll talk about it tomorrow, but I'm in like a overflow section basically by like concessions and tattoos. So like I'm actually open till 10 instead of 8 like the other artists, and there's like 15 of us in that section, so which is like kind of cool but also kind of weird. I don't really like, it's weird because I think like we won't be seen by people who are going to only Artist Alley maybe because like it's kind of in a separate section, but it's right next to Artist Alley. I don't know, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm going home now because I have to eat dinner still, and it's like 8 o'clock, and I'm really tired, and I want to go to bed, but I can't. So I have so much to do. All right, I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. So it's the day of the con, and I stayed up till like 3:30, like doing all this printing and stuff. So I'm really tired, and I'm just holding my phone, so it's really wobbly. I need to shave before I go because my beard is out of control. I like ran out of 5x7 print paper, so I'm like cutting the paper using my Cricut or my Silhouette because I like can't cut it using a paper cutter because I just like can't do it, and I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna find out. I'm also like printing like more prints and cutting more stickers all the way up to the event, and I set up all my stuff, so hopefully everything is fine, but we'll see. Ooh, wow. Okay, so I'm at the con. I made my first sale, which is really exciting. It was a sticker. Yeah. I also, when I was here, someone apparently like tried to buy something while I was in the bathroom, so that sucks. We'll see what happens. Sorry, people keep coming and trying to talk as I'm like talking to here, so I have to keep doing that so that hopefully I get more sales. All right, well, I'm gonna get back to it, and I'll show you around a little bit later, but yeah. This is my view from behind my table. My neighbor's artwork is so good. That's the Green Ranger, he's so cool. Alright, so I got moved to a different table, which is actually amazing because I'm like in Artist Alley now. I already made my first sale today from another artist, which is really cute and really nice. He was so really nice, him and his partner. They were like, oh, this is really cute, I have to buy it. So I'm really glad they did, it was really fun. Yeah, so I'm excited to like be here. I'm gonna show you guys, like, I'll walk around and show you like what it looks like here, but it's nice because they were saying like some of these booths like weren't filled, which is why we got moved. And so I think like people that are here also like that, so that's good. So I'm gonna get back down to this, but yeah. This is the view from my booth now. One of my neighbors is over there now. One is right next to me. Yeah. It's the last day of the con, and things have been going okay. I made a few more sales, which is nice. I'm really tired. I can't wait for it to be over. There's only a couple hours left, so I think cleanup will start after that. And then I'll talk a little bit more about like how it went and kind of things I've learned. It was definitely like different than I expected in both good and bad ways. So it's pretty slow right now because it's almost over, and it's been slow in general for most of the time. So yeah, I think it's pretty expected, honestly, given like the type of con it is and like it's so new and everything like that, and it's right in the new year. But again, I'll talk about all this later. So yeah, I just wanted to check in. Maybe I'll walk around a little bit and show you guys some more. So there's some really cool art here. I found some really cool pieces, and I'm gonna do like a little art tour of like all the stuff I bought and got gifted and traded for. So yeah, which has been really fun to do. So I'm really excited. Okay, bye. So the con's over. I did it, and I'm actually really proud of myself that I did it. And I think I've said this before, but I don't say that very often. But I really am, because I think that even though I didn't do very well, and I'll talk more about like specifics on how I did tomorrow after I kind of like sleep on it, because I'm like so tired. It's been like a really long weekend. I mean, like every day was like 10 to 12 hours, and like just sitting there or standing there or whatever, and like waiting for people to come up to your booth, and like just the anticipation and the anxiety for me who's never done this before. Like I'm just so drained. Like, and also just as kind of like a more introverted person, I like, and socially kind of awkward, I like I don't know, I feel like interacting with that many people and trying to be like on all the time, it's just like a lot. And I think that's like the case for most people in Artist Alley, from what I can tell. So I just think that it's just a lot, but I'm just so tired. I just want to go to bed. So I'm about to go to bed after I just wanted to like film this really quickly, like kind of like a little chat, of my like initial impressions. And then I'm gonna go to sleep until, well, not very late, because I have to work tomorrow. So it's like, what kind of sucks is I feel like I had to work, and then it was the week of Christmas, and we traveled, and I got really sick that week, so I didn't really feel like I was very rested. And then we traveled back home, and it was like a 12-hour drive each way, so that's just like, those days were both just like so much. And then I had to work on like preparing for this con, because I only had like 2 weeks notice. So I just feel like I've been like working this entire like break of like the winter break, and now I'm just like have to go back to work, and I just really want like an actual break. But I guess that's kind of what I chose when I chose to do this con and like have like this like side art business. So I'm not like complaining, it's just like I'm just really tired. But it was really fun. So like I was saying, even though I didn't do very well, I think it was a really good experience. I had like so much fun on the days that like, and the times that I wasn't stressed about like customers or like kind of anxious about like that whole experience, which was mostly just the first day and part of the second day. I think the second half of the con, I had a lot more fun because I like got to know people more. I met so many really cool artists and like con-goers. So I don't know, whatever. It was just really like cool to connect with all these people, and the artists there, at least at this con, like the community was like so supportive and like kind, and like just really like it was amazing. Like especially like to someone who it was their first time and like they weren't doing very well. Everyone was like super supportive. A lot of artists kept coming up to my booth, and I feel so bad about this, but they kept like buying stuff. I tried to be like, no, let's like trade, or like, and some people did trade, which is like, that makes me feel so much better. Or like or they like, or I just like would give them stuff because I just wanted to give them stuff because like, you know, it's like fellow artists or whatever. But they like got me, like they just like basically threw their money down and ran away, and I felt so bad. And I think they like just like felt bad. And I do think some of them like really genuinely did like my work, hopefully. But I think a lot of them like, they're like more in the scene and like know how it is your first time. So it was like super kind and sweet of people. Um, so I really did enjoy like meeting different people, and I hope that like if I continue to do these, it'd be so cool to see some of these people again. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed because I'm like really tired. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm just like kind of hoarse from like the day, and I'm also like keep laughing because I'm just like delirious. I think because I'm just so tired. It's just been such a long weekend. I can't wait to go to sleep. And the really annoying part is I don't get to wake up, and I think I already said this, but I have to wake up and go to work tomorrow. So I don't even get to really sleep in. Yeah, I definitely already said that. Anyway, I'm just okay. So I'm gonna go to bed, and I will wrap this all up in a more formal way. Not formal, but more like detailed way tomorrow. All right. So yeah, good night. All right, so we did it. I did a con. I'm really happy and proud with that I did it. I kind of talked about this already, but in terms of the con itself, financially, it did not go well. But in terms of just like being there, I think it went really well. I think though, like getting into like the finances and stuff, I think there's a few reasons it didn't really go super well for me personally. One, I think that it was just like, obviously it's a newer con, it's the second year. I think it was slow for everybody from what I heard. I think that was the biggest consensus, is that it was a little slower. I met a bunch of people there who like just made table back, or some that didn't, unfortunately, like me. And I'll get into like more of the specific finances a little bit later. But yeah, I think that just like it being a newer con, it just obviously isn't going to have as much hype as like the other ones. So I think that's a big part of it. I think also the fact that it was right after the holidays is another like big thing that really deterred people from maybe making purchases or wanting to make purchases or having enough money to make purchases, which is totally understandable because like, during the holidays, we spend so much money on presents for people, and a lot of people get, gifts themselves and maybe just like don't feel the need to get more stuff for themselves right now. So I think like that probably also had a big impact on it. Like it was just the holidays and New Year's. And so I think that like, that just kind of took away from people wanting to buy stuff maybe, or being able to buy stuff, which is like, again, totally understandable. So I don't know, I think that's a little bit of it as well. And I think like another thing that really, for me specifically, maybe was part of the reason I didn't do well is because like, well, I think like my art is like cute. I don't think it's what people were necessarily looking for at this convention. And I don't think that is to say maybe at all conventions, but specifically this one, I think that I don't have like a lot of very niche anime stuff. I think I have more general, like, I think the only like anime type stuff I have is really like Pokemon, Sailor Moon, and like Avatar. And like even Pokemon and like Kirby and stuff are like video games and not anime, so which fit in that scope a little bit. But I think it wasn't very specific to like this convention, where I think a lot of people I've heard were looking for has-been hotel stuff, which is, I would never make anything for that because it's just not something I'm interested in, which is totally fine. But I think a lot of people were looking for that because like the voice actors from that were there, so I think that was pretty common. And I've had multiple artists come and tell me that like that's what people specifically wanted. So like I think like in that realm of stuff, like more I think recent anime stuff would sell better. And again, like my art itself isn't like traditional typical anime style, so I think that just like didn't translate very well. I had a lot of people come by and like say like, oh, this is really cute, but then I think that they just isn't something they would want to like purchase, which is totally fine. And I think that's for different reasons also. Okay, so costs in terms of inventory, this is like a little bit hard because I had a lot of like leftover inventory and supplies from my shop launch. But in terms of like supplies that I bought specifically for this con, so I bought 2 packs of sticker sheet paper to make sticker sheets, 1 pack of sticker sheet paper to make like die cut stickers, 1 pack of 8x10 art print paper, and then I actually bought like 1 smaller pack. I think it was 25 sheets of art print paper from like Staples, I think, when I was getting my business cards, because I was freaking out that I didn't have enough. And I ended up like cutting that one into like 5x7 type paper, because I like ran out of that and I couldn't get enough like by the time I was, needed it. So yeah, so I bought that. I think that's everything I bought, and altogether I think that was around $100. I also had to buy everything for my booth setup since I've never done a convention before, obviously. So I had to buy everything for that. And in terms of that, I bought those little cubes that you saw, like that was displaying on my artwork. And all those cubes together were $40. And then I also had to buy the stands for both my sticker sheets and my prints, which were like greeting card stands. And each of those were $25. And then I bought like a sticker stand itself, and that was $45 because it was a little bigger and like more well made. The two like greeting card type stands that display my sticker sheets and small prints, they were like really flimsy. And I mean, they were each $25 on each, so like that's fine. And it was nice because like all of these could be broken apart like and set up without any sort of like screws or anything. So I could just put them in a suitcase and just take them there, which is really nice. And that's what I was looking for when I did this. I also bought 500 business cards for $25 to $30 at Staples because I just wanted to get them printed like same day, and I had to get that done because I just like didn't have enough time to like make a design and order them. And I just, yeah, so I'm glad that like I got all that done same day. That was really nice. But that was $25 to $30. And then I also bought stuff to sell in person, obviously. So I bought like a square reader and a little like converter for like a mag stripe thing. And all that together I think was $50. And I think that's it. So all my inventory together was around $220, I believe, which isn't like that bad. It's kind of like when you go to the grocery store and you need to like buy flour or like oil or something, and it's like a really big expense at one time, but then you use it like, you know, over the next few months. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking about it like that, where it's kind of an investment. But it does kind of hurt like your first con like not doing well and also spending all this money. So it is what it is. But yeah, so that was the cost for all of that. So then in terms of expenses, like in terms of traveling and stay and things like that. So as I already said, this was a local con, so I didn't have any expenses in terms of like food or traveling because I just like brought stuff from home, which was nice. The only expense I really had was day one. I parked in the like convention parking lot for $15, which is a lot for the time I was there. But I really wanted to be like close to the convention and not like worry about it. The next couple of days I parked on the street because street parking is free on the weekends, and I like know the city pretty well. So I like knew like where to park. So that was nice. But yeah, so I only paid $15, I think, for that. And then I don't think I bought any food while I was actually at the convention. So I just like brought like snacks from home, which was nice. Oh, and then the table itself was $350, which like at the time when I paid it, I was just like, yeah, take my money. I want to be at this convention. And thinking about it now, like it's a little wild, like it was that expensive, I think. And I'll talk about that like when I talk about the actual con itself in a few minutes. But yeah, that was the price of the table. Okay, and then in terms of sales and like what I made, so I had 220, not 220, I had 22 sales, and that corresponded to $250-ish. And so I didn't make back the cost of table, which is like sad and kind of embarrassing. I mean, I know it's not embarrassing because it's my first con, and I already talked about all the reasons why I think I didn't do super well. But like, I feel like that's like the like benchmark that you really want to hit is like making back like the table cost. And every time I would talk to artists and be like, how are you doing? And then they'd be like, how are you doing? They say, did you at least make table back? And I just feel like, no. And like, I'm not even close. Which is like fine. Again, like I got a little bit, I got kind of close towards the end, but yeah, so I made around $250. So I recovered the cost of all my inventory, which is nice, and supplies. And like some of my booth, not all of it. So like that's kind of nice. And now I also like have like the setup for future cons if I want to go, because a lot of the cons ask you like, what does your booth look like? And so I didn't really have that before, and now I do. So I feel like I'm kind of treating this as like an investment in my future. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Someone at the con like stopped by, an artist, and she said like, you know, someone told me the goal for your first con is just to make a sale and then like go from there. And I think that's like a really good mentality to have, is like just kind of build like little tiny goals for yourself and then like celebrate those little wins, because like if you don't, you just get really overwhelmed by the entire experience. And so I am like glad that I made a decent amount of sales for my first con, especially at a slower con. Like everyone was saying, you know, this was just slower for them. I didn't meet a single artist that like was happy with the results they got. So I mean, I can't be too like upset, I think, and I'm not like really upset, but I'm mostly just like, I just feel not embarrassed, but I just feel kind of like, I don't know, whatever. So yeah, so I think that that is like a really good mentality to have. And also, I did meet a lot of people, like con-goers and other artists, that would come by and be like, oh, this is so cute, or, you know, pick up my sticker sheets and be like, oh, look at, like, for the 90s kids ones, like, remember this? Like, oh, this is amazing, this is really cool. Or you just pick up my, like, prints and say, wow, this is beautiful, or point to stuff and show their friends, or, like, grab them and, you know, show their friends, and they, like, laugh. And so I, like, you know, I know that people, like my art, and I'm really glad that those interactions happened. It was weird to like have people do that and they just like walk away, and I'm like, I know I'm not like entitled to sales or anything like that, and I'm not like, I don't feel like that, like 100%. I'm just like so happy that people were resonating with some of my art and were getting happy when they saw it. That's like why I'm doing all this. So that was really cool. It's just like, it's hard as like someone who's trying to run a business, thinking like, well, what's the next step that I like need to do to like make people want to purchase it. And I think again, like, it just goes back to like, this wasn't the con for me, because I don't think there's anything like wrong with my art necessarily. And the first 2 days I like really felt like there was, like, the first day and a half specifically, I was just like really down on myself and really like, oh my god, why am I here? And just like, my art sucks, I don't want to do this, what am I thinking? So I think just having those positive comments and like people like enjoying it really helped. And yeah, like I don't think that anymore. Like, I'm not like super down about it now, but it was really hard like in the moment, like especially when you're not getting any sales, people are walking by. And part of that was due to the fact that the first day I was in like a really weird section. And so now I'm gonna like kind of talk a little bit about the con itself. The first day they like put 15 or so of us in like this section that was not an artist alley at all. And I was like, so I was part of this like 15, and we were in like this other room like next to Artist Alley that was like completely separated though by like a giant wall. Like, it was a completely different room, and it was where like the food trucks and like the tattoo artists and like cosplay alley type thing was. And it was like, so it was next to like all the vendors in Artist Alley, like that space. And so, you know, if you were just going to Artist Alley or like going to see vendors, you would walk through Artist Alley in the vendor like place, and then just like go up the escalator and leave probably. Like, you probably would never come into the part where we were, and there were no signs like saying like more artists over here or anything. So the first day was really, really slow for like everyone in that section. And then like they came back like at the end of the first day, the like guy who was running it came around and said, hey, how are you doing over here? And I'm like really glad that I spoke up for myself, because I normally don't. And I said like, well, I don't really want to stay here if everyone else is moving around me, because I knew that some of my booth mates were moving. And like, he's like, no, you'll be fine, the people are staying. And I'm like, well, the people on both sides of me are going to be gone. So like, because the person next to me already moved somehow, so the booth next to me was empty the entire first day. And like, I'm so glad I moved. So I got moved to Artist Alley. I got put in like a space that was like, I guess no one showed up for, and there were a bunch of empty booths the first day in Artist Alley, I guess. So a lot of the exhibitors or artists like around me were kind of like mad about that. And I'm just like sitting here like, this is normal, right? Like, I had no idea. I mean, I knew it wasn't like obviously super normal to be like over on the side by yourself, but like, I don't know, I didn't really get upset about it. So yeah, but I'm really glad that I moved, because like after that, like days 2 and 3, I think were so much better because we were actually in Artist Alley. And I feel really bad about the people that didn't move. There were a lot that just didn't. I hope they did really well. It was really weird that like we were put in this little section. And the other weird thing about the con, I think, was like the fact that it was $350 for like a second year con that's like right after the holidays. I don't know, it just felt really, I don't know, it kind of felt really weird. I think talking to other people, they thought it was a little expensive. I just like don't know any better, so like, I mean, to me it's whatever. But like, I guess looking at other prices of other cons, like for example, Animate, which is another con in Raleigh, in May, and it's like been going on for like 20 or 30 years now, I think. That con has, the price this year for that con is $275 for Artist Alley. And I think they have similar numbers in terms of like attendance, because I think I read like it's around like 10 to 15,000 for each of them, which like isn't that much, because I read like this, I don't know if this is right, but I read Galaxy Con Raleigh had like I think 50,000 or maybe it was 500,000, which that can't be right. But anyway, my point is the cons are similar size, I guess. And I have a feeling that the con this year was like worse than last year and less attended probably. And I think that just has to do with the fact that like the economy isn't as good. It's been going downhill, obviously. And like Artist Alley itself has been like trending down, I've heard. So maybe it's like not a good time to get into all this, but I don't know. I think that it's like, there's just like a bunch of factors, but I think like the price might have been a little high maybe. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I personally like thought like I had a good time, and I didn't, again, I don't really know any better since I've not gone to any other cons. But yeah, so I'm not like trying to like bad talk the organization, like I had a good time, but I think there were just some things that like other artists like said were weird, and like now thinking about it, maybe they were. But yeah, the whole like putting us somewhere else thing, that was strange, and then the price might be a little high, but it is what it is. But in terms of like the artists that were there and the con-goers, like they were amazing. I had such a good time interacting with everybody. The people were so nice. Like I said, people often came by, and like I think honestly, like every few minutes I had someone come by and like look at stuff and be like, this is really cool, or like I love this, or like, oh, look at this person like I'm with. And like they really liked it. So that was really cool, and I really did enjoy like interacting with people, and I really loved like meeting all these other artists. I got so much inspiration from just like being there with people, and it was just so cool to see everybody, and everyone I like met had such different styles of art, and so like it was just cool to like see so many different people there from different backgrounds, and like there were a lot of local artists, so hopefully I can connect with them in the future maybe. And there were also people that were like from out of state, so like it's just cool, like hoping to see them at future cons. Like that would be really fun. I only had one weird interaction, and that was when someone came up and she said, how much are your stickers? And she was like holding one of them, and I said, oh, they're only $4. And she like scoffed and was like, ugh, I'm not paying that, or something like that. Which is like totally fine, like your prerogative. But I don't think my prices were like that outrageous. Oh, and I didn't talk about prices or my inventory. So I'll talk about that really quickly. So in terms of like the inventory that I brought, I had 7 larger prints, which were 8x10 prints. And I brought about like 10 to 15 of each of those, depending on like what I thought was gonna be popular. And I kept those like behind the like booth with me in like a little binder. And then I brought 9 mini prints, which were 5x7s, and I brought around 20 of each of those, and I just like have those displayed on the front, as you can kind of see in the you know, the vlog and the pictures that I put. And then I brought like around 30 to 50 of each sticker sheet, and I had 8 sticker sheets. And then I had 11 stickers, and I brought around like 20 to 30 of each of those as well. And I wasn't really sure how much inventory I would need, and it turns out I like way over did all my inventory, and I was so stressed for the last week of leading up to the con, like I wouldn't have enough inventory, or like not have enough, but just like I didn't want to run out of anything. I'd rather like over prepare, especially because like I have a shop, so like I can just sell it in my shop anyway. But like now it is like really like I kind of laugh about it, like thinking that, because I like didn't sell anything, which is, again, I'm not like complaining, it's totally fine, but it's just like funny and slightly embarrassing that I made so much. But yeah, and then I was selling my larger prints for 15 and my smaller prints for 10, and that was really standard. And then the stickers were for 4, which was also pretty standard, because I think I saw most people selling their stickers for like $3 to like $7. Like some people were selling for 6 or 7, which seemed a little high. I think the average price was probably around $4 or $5, because some people sold for 3. So I think 4 was pretty reasonable. And then my sticker sheets I sold for $5, which was like really low. I had multiple people, like artists, tell me like, this is really low, you should raise this price. But like, I don't want to raise the price mid-con, because that felt weird. And also like, no one was really buying them anyway, so like, it didn't matter. Which was like the most surprising, that no one bought any sticker sheets. I think I sold 1, which is like to non-artists. Like I think some artists bought them at the end. But like, that seems so crazy to me, because like sticker sheets, I feel like are really popular, or at least I've heard they're really popular, and I thought mine were like, some were pretty cute, and they're like more, I think, anime and video game inspired. And a lot of people did come up and like, you know, look at them and be like, oh my god, look at this, and then just like, again, didn't buy it, which again is totally fine. But yeah, I think that was the most surprising, that they didn't sell very well. But I was selling those for $5, and then I had a deal for both the stickers and sticker sheets that were 3 for $10 for both of them. So like that deal was even better for sticker sheets, and like they were super cheap in that respect. But yeah. So yeah, I think my prices were all like either like on par with everyone else's or maybe a little lower. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll have to like, I think one thing I suggest doing like when you get to the con is kind of like walk around and just see what like people are selling for. Because I think it is con specific to an extent. And like the area itself, obviously. But yeah, I think those are all pretty standard prices. I think most people are selling like large prints for like 20-ish bucks, 5x7s for like around 10, and then anything in between like a medium size, like my 8x10s, for somewhere in between those two prices. And then again, like stickers, I think were like 3 to like 6 or 7 bucks on average. And then sticker sheets, I think were usually around like $7-ish probably. I saw some people selling for like 10, and then me like on the low end was like 5. So yeah, those are kind of just like prices that I saw. So yeah, anyway, yeah, I had a really good con. In terms of like artists that I met, like they were so encouraging and really nice and kind, and I just like really, I think that was like my biggest reason I like could stick it out, is because I met so many great people. I did buy some art for some people, so I'm gonna show some of that now. So it's kind of like my artist Allie Hall from like this convention, and everything I bought was from friends, like not friends, but people that I like kind of made friends with, except for like 1 or 2. So yeah, I'm gonna show you all of them, and I'm gonna put the artist names, like I'll put the artists like Instagrams up on the screen, and also I'll link everyone down below. So if you like check them out, like go check them out. So like the first people I met were my booth mates from my first day, and they're a brother and sister named Faye and Bowie, and their like name for their studio or like art name is Fate and Prince. Their stuff is so amazing. I don't know, I just like loved it so much. They mostly do like Genshin Impact and other video game type art, and so I bought a few things from them. Well, I tried to buy it and they just like kept giving it for free, which like, or trading, which I felt better about trading obviously, but one thing they gave me for free, which was like really nice of them. So I got this big print from them, which is from Genshin, and I think it's amazing. I love this so much. It's one of the villains from Genshin Impact. I also got this like little mini print from them, which I think is so beautiful. I love like the colors and like kind of like this iridescent type effect at the top. I think it's literally amazing. And then the last thing I got was this little tiny like photo thing. It's like a, I forget what the photo card. And it's like Zhao from Genshin Impact as well. So yeah, I got those from them, and like they're such good artists. I love it. Go follow them, and you know, if you like that kind of stuff. The next artist I bought stuff from was my other booth mate on the second and third day, who also was kind of my booth mate on the first day because she was like on the corner and the booth in between us was empty. And her name was Lucy, and her like studio name is Cotton Book. And her style is very like, I guess like whimsical and kind of magical. It was really cute. It's all like watercolory. So she does like all these watercolor prints. This is really pretty. I bought this, but she does all her watercolor by hand and scans them in, I believe. She also has like apparel. She had these really cool t-shirts and like button downs that were really nice. She also made this little sticker. I don't know if you can see it down here. This little possum. I think it's so cute. I loved all her stuff. I think it's just like so adorable, and it's a very specific like style. Yeah, but so, you know, if you like that, go follow her. She was really cool. The next people that I met, or that I bought stuff from, they were like the like most helpful, encouraging people I've ever met in my entire life. They were so cool. Their studio name is the Oddball Studio, and I'll put them again right here. I bought this sticker from them, and this sticker, and also I bought this little like charm from them, which is like a little Sylveon charm. It's so cute. And well, I tried to buy it and they just like would not let me buy it, which is like, because I think again they felt bad and they were like trading stuff, like whatever, but I think they also bought some stuff from me, and I like tried to not take their money, but they just threw it on the table and left, which I should have done to them, but I didn't. But they were so sweet and so nice. So thank you so much. I mean, I doubt any of these artists are gonna watch this video, but it would be cool if you did. So if you did, comment below. But yeah, they were just so awesome. They're from like Virginia area, I think. So go check them out if you're in the area, like, you know, the area of the States. They're probably at some of the cons over there. So yeah, go check them out. They have really cool stuff. A lot of it's like really cute Pokemon art, which I love. I think their stuff is really cool. So I probably will buy more from them in the future if I see them again. I hope I see them at a future con, but we'll see. The next person I bought from she was across the way from me. Her name is Dino USB. I don't know her actual name because I think it's Reina maybe. Because we like didn't really interact too much, but I really like her stuff. It's like super colorful and fun. This is like a Tamagotchi print, and these are like Tamagotchi stickers I bought. I put one on my thing already. It's right here. I just thought her stuff was really fun and cool, and she has a really like kind of like color pencil-y aesthetic almost to some of her stuff, which is really, really fun. And then the next person I bought stuff from, she was also a first-time con-goer, so she and I commiserated a lot about like first-time experiences. Her name is Defuni Art. I don't remember her actual name either. I'm just so bad with names, and like I was really stressed the entire time I was there, so I just like don't remember anything. I feel like it was all blurred at this point. But this is a really cool postcard that I bought from her. It's really fun, and this is like a really cute sticker I bought. It says "Why I Ought Her." It's really funny. And she has really cute stuff. And she also, her booth, like the booth next door, I bought a couple things from her, but I don't remember her name. And like I asked for a business card and she like ran out of them, so I like didn't have a chance. And I didn't have my phone with me because I had someone helping me at my booth, and they had my phone in case someone like wanted to make a transaction, and so like they could use Square to make it. And so I couldn't take a picture of her business card, and I'm like really stressed now because I don't know her name and I love her art so much. So if you like somehow recognize her art in the comments, like please put it down. But yeah, that was one of her things. The other one was this. I think her art is so beautiful. It's like this kind of a mix between like an anime style, but also like this like watercolory almost style. It's so pretty. So I loved her art. I really wish I knew her name. I tried to look for it on Instagram. I tried to find her. I couldn't. If I do before this video goes up, I'll put it somewhere. And even after, I'll put it in the comments if I do. But like, I'm really sorry. I can't find your name. But anyway, so like, it was really fun to meet all these people. It was amazing experience. I loved all the art. I loved just going there. I got so inspired by everything. Yeah, so I had a really good time despite not having a good time financially, if that makes sense. And again, I kind of did this more for like myself and the experience in general, and I kind of knew going in I wasn't going to make a whole lot. I was hoping I'd make table back, but I didn't, so that's fine. So yeah, anyway, I think that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that some of the stuff that I shared might be helpful for you if you're thinking about doing Artist Alley, or if you are just starting with all of this. You know, if you have any questions about my experience or like what I did or my setup or anything, please let me know. I'll put like my setup stuff in the link in the like description below. Yeah, I had a really good time. I woke up every morning, like Sunday and Saturday, like dreading going because I was just like so nervous and like just like, why am I doing this? But you know, by the time I got there and did it, I had a really good time. So if you're thinking about doing this and you're scared or nervous, I would say just like try it. You know, if you have the money, obviously it's a lot of money to like put down to do it, especially if you don't make it back, and especially if you're traveling. So I guess I would suggest like maybe starting out like with a local type convention like this, and even like a smaller 1 day or 2 day thing. Like I think I'm gonna try to do some like 1 day markets in the area coming up. I got a lot of ideas and some suggestions from artists that are local who know about those types of things. And that was another thing going, just like meeting all these people. You really do build connections that like can help you with like growing your own business. So I think it's like definitely beneficial to go if you have the means. But again, like it's a lot, like it's a lot of money. It's a lot of time. I'm so exhausted still today. It's the next day. I slept like 11 hours last night. Like I went to bed so early and I like slept through my alarm and just, yeah, I'm still so tired. I want to take a nap. But I have like real work to do today. I just had a few meetings, and so I'm doing this like in between meetings, and I'm hoping I can edit the video soon and then get this out for everybody. Also, I've been so busy. Sorry, I didn't reply to like anybody's comments until like I did it during the con. It was really slow, so that was another thing that I like had time to do, which is nice. But sorry if I didn't reply to your comments for like a week or two. Like it's been so busy with the holidays and traveling, and then this con, like the preparation and being at it. But I did catch up on all the comments, so that's good. So if you have any comments or any suggestions or any questions, please comment below. I try to respond to all my comments in a timely manner, but I do respond to them all at some point. So you will get a response. yeah, and then if you like the video, obviously like the video. If you like the content and want more content about, like, you know, me building my business, my art journey, my art business journey, my con journey maybe, or like, you know, markets and things like that I might be doing in the future, feel free to follow or subscribe. Follow my Instagram if you want for more art type stuff. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this. I'm really glad you're here. I'm, you know, I hope that this was helpful to the people that, you know, are thinking about doing this. And yeah, I had a really good time, and I'm glad I'm be able to share this experience with everyone. If you want to know anything else, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye.